screen mirroring. Take 517. If I just do chair pose the whole time, everything should be fine. So we'll just do 30 minutes of that. Hi everyone, welcome to practice. Thanks for joining me. My name is Anna of AWH Yoga. Tonight's practice will be focused on looking forward. So please join me on the mat and let's get started. We're going to start lying on our backs this evening. So find yourself into a comfortable laying down position and then move your knees into facing both sides. We're moving into a butterfly posture, laying down, Supta Baddha Konasana. The soles of your feet should be touching. If this causes any strain in your hips or your back or anywhere in your mind even, please place 2 props underneath your knees to take a little bit of the strain off. If this isn't comfortable for you, you can certainly leave your legs laying straight. Slowly start to settle in. And the best way to settle in is to start tuning into our breath. Starting to notice the inhales and exhales as we lay here with our eyes closed, preparing for our practice. I always think it's very lovely that at the beginning of practice we start with grounding. Can you imagine how tuned in and mindful we would be in our daily activities of life if first we took a moment to tune in, to check in with ourselves, to ground. A few more breaths here in this posture. And one more inhale and exhale, full cycle. And slowly bring the outside of your knees to touch your palms and bring your knees in together. Very nice. So now we're going to move into our wind relieving pose, this is called. So hug your knees in. It's really early in practice, so if your knees are not too close to your body, that's fine, wherever is comfortable. Wherever you can grasp around your knees is perfectly wonderful. And we're just taking a moment here to feel our legs off the floor in a very different position than our Baddha Konasana legs. Just taking a moment to feel your lower back on the floor. In fact, let's do some circles. So clasp your knees with your hands and then let's make a couple of circles on the lower back to the right. Keep breathing here, getting a little bit of warm up in the spine, inviting some movement gently into the body, and other direction. It's really critical at the beginning of practice to take things very slowly. You're introducing movement, change, eventually what is considered a potential stress to the body by, activating our muscles and moving in different postures. So it's really important to slowly introduce that to the body. When you're ready, come to stillness for just a moment, and we're actually going to do a little bit of core work to get started. So roll yourself up into a boat pose, and don't do this with any aggression. Just lightly come up. You can keep your feet planted for now, and let's just get a little bit of core going. So we're facing forward, and keep your toes pointed on the ground. Broaden the collarbones, nice strong back, long neck, but looking forward. Arms are outstretched, and lift one toe up, and then one toe up. Right, left, right, left. Keep going here. Sits bones are on the floor. Keep that chest open. If you want to, you can bring your hands to prayer, but keep broadening through the collarbones. Left, right. If you didn't do the same side as me, it's totally fine. And a couple more here. You should feel that core starting to engage. I can, because I'm losing my breath. come to stillness. Hug in again. Thank you, legs. And let's move into our tabletop. So tabletop position, as you know, is our get ready for our cat-cow, and our foundation is what's important here. Palms under our shoulders, knees under hips, activating the outer upper arms, bringing them in, squeezing through that glute med, activating everything toward the midline, softening the neck, softening the shoulders, broadening the collarbone, looking for that neutrality in the back. From here, we're going to dip our belly down, chin to the air, into our cow pose. And we're going to exhale into our cat pose. And inhale cow. And exhale cat. And inhale cow. And exhale cat. Coming back to a neutral position, what's going to happen next is going to be a little bit of balancing and could invite some challenges, which is what we want. So take your right leg off its current position and put your toes on the ground and stay on the ground for just a moment. I want you to feel what it's like to now be on your two palms, your left knee, and just your right toes. How did that change that distribution? Where did you want to go? Where did your mind want to go? Did it want to go back to the leg and take a look and see what was going on there? Or could you stay looking forward, lengthening the spine, finding everything moving toward the center, and accommodating this new posture, but with the same integrity as our first more balanced posture? Now, when you're ready, lift your right leg into the air, hip height. You want to keep your hips square to the ground, which is very challenging. Keep breathing here. And when you're ready, bring that back down. Lovely. Now do that on the other side. So first take a moment, pushing that left leg back, stretching out the heel. Also get a little bit of a stretch in the back of the leg. And feel again, what happened, what changed, what did you want to go do and compensate for? But when you know, you should just look forward, taking that long line forward from the center line. Everything is coming into the center and going forward in that energy. And then your back leg is doing the same thing, but the energy is going toward the back. And then lifting the left leg up, hip height, keeping those hips parallel to the floor. One more breath here. And bring it back down. Let's take a child's pose. Knees go all the way to the width of the mat, aiming for the toes to touch, releasing the hips to the heels, and making our way down. Take a couple deep breaths in your child's pose. If you want to, you can use your Ujjayi breath here, or simply normal inhales and exhales. You can even choose to do a clarifying breath, which would be inhaling through the nose, exhaling through the mouth. When you're feeling ready for our next posture, activate the core, bring yourself back up to your tabletop position and prepare for downward dog. Toes go up, knees up a few inches, get strong and stable, and lift those hips to the sky. Downward dog. First downward dog of the day for me, definitely going to be kind of a grumpy one for my body. I did some bar workout this morning, which is completely different hip alignment and leg alignment, so my body's like, what are you doing? Take a little time to wiggle that out. Let's go all the way up on our tiptoes and then reach our heels to the floor. Let's do that again. Inhale and exhale. As you do this, keep looking forward and exhale. When you come back with your heels down, the gaze should be about the top of your thighs so that your neck is nice and long. Now, from here, let's do one clarifying breath together, nice and big. So inhale, let it out, exhale. Look forward between your palms, hop, step, or float, and meet me in a forward fold. So when we're in our forward fold, the weight is toward the toes, so not toward the heels. Keep the knees bent, keeps your knees nice and safe. You still get that nice stretch, but relaxing forward, letting the head pull the weight forward. Do a couple breaths here for me. Inhale and exhale. Again, that weight's going forward, right? That's our theme. So we're not falling backwards into ourselves. It's really a forward momentum. You could almost feel like you could fall right over, but then your stabilizers center you and they activate. So it's actually a very active posture. One more breath in here. And exhale, really deepen the fold. And then curl yourself up ever so slowly, allowing your fingertips to graze your body on the way up. Head comes up last, slowest person wins. All the way up into your Tadasana pose, mountain pose. Beautiful. I want to point out something in Tadasana momentarily. It's a posture that, we start in a lot. It's in the middle of our sun salutations, things like that. And when you're in your Tadasana pose, feel that equal weight distribution, drawing the tailbone toward the floor, broadening the collarbones, softening the shoulders down, chin is parallel. You can have your arms either your palms facing out or not. For me, sometimes this is just too much on the way my shoulders are put together. So just remember, when you arrive in that posture, really be there. Feel yourself centered and grounded. It's not an in-between, passive hanging out posture. It really has a purpose and can be very centering. Just something to keep in mind. So from here, let's do a Sun A. So inhale, arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lift. And Chaturanga Dandasana if your body's ready. If your body's not, like mine, knees down, pitching forward and into our Cobra pose. Beautiful. And back into our downward dog. Let's look forward between the palms, hop, step, or float between your hands. Find yourself in a halfway lift, folding down. And again, peel the body up. Super, super slow. And then arms can go up or not, but then find yourself deliberately in Tadasana, looking forward, preparing and being strong for what's ahead. Arms up, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, Uttanasana. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana. From here, upward dog, back to your downward dog. Lift your right leg high. Right leg, bend the knee, open the hip, stretch out through the side body, opening that hip but keeping those shoulders square. Deep breath. And exhale, right foot down. As it comes down, sweep it in, tiger curl, and move between your palms. And we're going to come up into a crescent lunge. Crescent lunge. So here, your back heel is off the ground. You're on your toes. We always have our knee directly over our ankle to protect our knee nice and strong, drawing the tailbone to the floor, lifting out of the waist, broadening the collarbones, outer upper arms engaged. Inhale. And exhale, hands to heart center. And then I want you to move up into your chair pose. So on the count of 3, let's go for it. Pitching our weight forward. 1, 2, left joins the right, 3. Chair pose. Beautiful. I'm going to face forward. From our chair pose, feet can be together or hips width apart, which is more comfortable for me. Making sure you can see your toes and your hips are going back. You're really doing the seated first and then lifting the upper body. Keep breathing here. And exhale. Drop it down 1 more half an inch. 1 more breath. And lift all the way up. Now from here, we're actually going to move into eagle pose. And I'll let you know why I selected this posture for our practice tonight. So put all your weight into your left foot and kickstand your right. When you move into this, I should not be able to see your hips moving. So instead of doing a lot of that jazz, it's really just about bringing that up. Outstretched arms, lift that right leg up, crossing over your left, and then your right arm is going to go under. So as we move into Garudasana, dipping down into that one-legged chair, look forward. What's going on? Your arms are there. Sort of in your viewpoint. If you kind of wink one eye and close one eye, it's like a crazy trick for your vision, but can you see? Yes. So something's in your way, but you can still look forward. There might be an obstacle, keep breathing, but you can still see the path. One more breath. And let it all go, arms up and down, all the way down to the ground, forward fold, halfway lift, and Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Beautiful, deep breath here, inhale, let it out. Let's do one more like that, inhale, and exhale, let it out. Left foot up, left foot hip height. Bend the knee, open the hip. Keeping those shoulders square to the front of the room, which is extremely challenging. You can even roll that hip around. This is my bad hip. Well, I'd say my right hip is my bad hip. This is my terrible hip. And one more breath here. And bringing it back down, sweeping it in, tiger curl nice and tight to the body, and then between the palms. So from here, moving into crescent lunge. Lift that weight up out of the hands. Prepare for crescent lunge, strong and stable, all the way up. Front knee over front ankle, back leg is straight, pelvic girdle tilting down, stretching up out of the waist, broadening the collarbone, shoulders soft, inhale. And exhale. One more for good measure, how about that? Inhale. Where are you looking? Exhale. Bring your hands to heart center. 1, 2, 3, gopher. Just kidding, not yet. From here, we're going to step into our chair pose. And 1, 2, 3, right meets left chair pose. Stay in it. Don't cheat, stay in it. This is when it counts. Drop down another inch. Check the alignment of your spine. You can physically check to see, I do it all the time, how arched, how tilted. You don't have something to see you right here. Maybe bring a mirror. Stay in your chair. Inhale, exhale. From here, we're going to move into eagle. So release your chair all the way up and hands to heart center. And we're going to do eagle on the other side. So put all of your weight into your right foot. So instead of our hips popping, we're just going to do something almost not noticeable. Arms outstretched, lifting the left leg up, crossing it over the right. And now left under right, eagle pose. Dropping down another inch. If you can do the double wrap, you're good. If not, you can always put your left toe on the ground. Keep breathing. Looking forward. Chin is parallel, looking right through your arms, through the obstacle, looking forward. One more breath here. Bind everything together nice and tight. Keep squeezing. Inhale. And exhale, let it all go. Arms up and forward fold and halfway lift. And exhale, Chaturanga Dandasana, beautiful. Urdhva Mukha Svanasana. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Really nice. Let's take a child's pose here. So kind of curling through the body, releasing the knees to the mat on the outside, toes to touch, dropping the body down. Take 3 nice long breaths here. Slow everything down. Bring it all back. Rein it all in. When you're ready, slowly, slow like molasses, all the way back up to your seated posture, and then meet me in a seated pose. So we're going to do something called fire log. This is for the outer hips. So first, let's take our right leg over our left. So left leg is going to be flat-ish on the ground, not for me. And then you can keep a little bit of distance between sort of your groin area and the legs, or you can bring them as close as your body allows. So key here is having your right foot flexed and your left foot flexed. The attempt is to kind of make them look like a fire log here. So Today, this is probably all I got. Nothing's gonna touch. I can put something in here, towel, a block, a blanket, whatever's comfortable. As I stretch, I might get a little more flexibility, you might too, and then you could take that out. So another thing that always happens to me here is that I sickle my foot. It's just what happens when I get in this position. So try to be mindfully aware of that and not sickle that top foot, but you always want to keep your foot flexed. Let's take a deep breath in and exhale out. Kind of lean a little bit forward, drawing up in the waist and kind of aiming forward. So for me, today is about looking where the journey would be. I'm not going to get all the way there, but I'm continuing to look forward. If your body can handle it and you're ready, you can go all the way down, keep your sits bones on the floor. You can get a little arch in that spine, but really think about lifting out of the hips, looking forward, and getting that nice stretch in the outer hips. Keep breathing here. This can be pretty intense. You can certainly pull back a bit at any time. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful. So slowly creep your hands up if you've gotten all the way down there. And then release your right leg. Help it out if it needs to. Let's go ahead and straighten them out for just a moment. Kind of give them a little love. That's a pretty intense stretch for that outer hip. It always makes me pretty fiery there. Let's do the other side. So bending your right leg will be on the bottom this time, and then your left on the top, watching that left foot not to be sickling. If you have space here, a blanket, a block, 2 books, something soft, whatever you want. And then really nice and tall, straight spine, long neck, shoulders down. Inhale. And then exhale, looking forward. Looking forward, what this process and stretch can do for your body. And maybe you get down there a little bit more, and maybe your legs come a little bit closer. And wherever you are, just keep breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Slowly and mindfully come back up. And let's do a thank you to the legs again for a beautiful job holding us up every day. Every day. Nice. Okay, so let's do a forward fold together. I'm going to turn to the side a little bit to show you a different angle. So this is called Paschimottanasana, so forward fold. So your legs are energized. Seek the space underneath in the opposite areas of that alignment, foundation touching the ground to really show that energized leg. Your heels might even lift off slightly off the floor. Toes to the sky, lifting up with that waist, arms up. Inhale. Deep breath, exhale. Now, when you forward fold, we're not doing a rounded spine. It's a different stretch. We're stretching out of the waist, keeping that spine long, and we might only get to here. We might put our palms right next to our knees and just chill, and that's perfect. Keeping that spine long, keeping that breath going. You can even bend your knees. I often bend my knees even after a whole day of practice because it gets I sometimes feel a better stretch here, and it helps my lower back not be aggravated. So keep breathing. You don't have to be getting, you don't get 1,000 extra points for bending all the way over your body or almost to the point of snapping a ligament or something. That's not how it works. So the benefit of the posture comes from connecting your breath and your body and your awareness. That's what it's all about. Keep breathing. Let's do one more. And exhale out. Really nice. Slowly come back up. And kind of relax the legs. And now we're going to go into a posture on the ground and an inversion called legs on the wall. So I'm going to try to create a small space here. If you don't have a wall near you, you can just put your legs up directly from the hips and leave them up. That's exactly a fantastic inversion benefit, but I'm going to try to do legs up the wall. So the easiest thing to do is to kind of get your bum up against the wall and then kind of tilt yourself up. So here we are, legs up the wall. Relax into it. Bum should be pretty much touching if you can, if you don't have a border here. And legs can be hips width. They can be a little bit closer, whatever's comfortable, but really allow that inversion benefit to sink in. I absolutely love this posture. This is really excellent when you're feeling anxious, and anxiety is often, us fast forwarding and worrying about the future too much. So sometimes when we try to look forward, we get ourselves all spun out. And this is a really grounding and centering posture to do when you need to kind of come down from that. Keep breathing here. Beautiful. Now, in whatever fun way you want to, bring yourself out. Usually tilt your body back all the way over the way you came in and sort of crawl your way back to your mat. So let's move into our closing postures. Our final postures. So you can just roll on down. If you loved legs on the wall, legs up the wall, you can stay there. We're just going to do a quick happy baby and then move into our Shavasana. So arms on the inside, hands on the outside. Grab whatever you can. Let's roll that lower back a little bit. Get a little stretch in those inner thighs. And then when you're ready, bring the legs in, curl up into that ball, and release down into Shavasana. Close your eyes here. Palms are facing up. Legs are in their comfortable tendency, slightly out from the hip socket. Lips are parted, sinking into the floor, surrendering. Breath returns to normal cadence, and just be in it. Look forward, as in looking forward to. Respect the past, own where you are, and look ahead on the path. Release doubt, drop your stubborn, limiting expectations, and just go forward. Begin to deepen the breath. And slowly invite movement into your fingers and toes. And allow that movement to make its way through your body and finding your center. When you're ready, push yourself over onto your favorite side and stay there for a breath. From there, push yourself ever so gently up to a seated posture with your eyes closed. Let's close our practice together. And as always, please take this opportunity to thank yourself for honoring what your body needed today. I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for joining. Arms up, inhale. Exhale to heart center. Thumbs to your third eye. We bow. Namaste.